तो यहाँ इस पर्टिकुलर वीडियो में हम देखेंगे कि जो अभी यूपीएससी पीएफओ का पेपर है 2025 का, जो कि शेड्यूल्ड है 30 नवंबर को। तो उसमें अभी काफ़ी कम दिन बचे हैं, लगभग 24 के करीब दिन बचे हैं। तो हम इसकी देखेंगे कि जो अब इतना कम टाइम बचा हुआ है तो इसमें हम कैसे अपने प्रायोरिटाइज कर सकते हैं टॉपिक्स को और एक डिसेंट स्कोर एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं एग्ज़ाम में। तो ये जो सिलेबस है ईपीएफ होगा, ये जो नोटिफिकेशन में मेंशन था वही सिलेबस है। इसमें 8 पॉइंट्स हैं। तो इसमें जो टॉपिक्स यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट्स पढ़ते हैं वो ये 3 टॉपिक हैं। इसमें हिस्ट्री कवर हो जाती है, सेकंड थर्ड वाले माइंड में हमारी इकोनॉमी कवर हो जाती है, फोर्थ वाले में पॉलिटी कवर हो जाती है। एंड सो दीज 3 topics forms the core part of our UPSC preparation. And talking about the first pointer and the sixth pointer, these points are covered in our CSET syllabus. So what you guys have to do is, like, you have to less focus on this aspect if your CSET is strong enough, because the questions, if you see in PYQs, they are like very simple to moderate level. If you have a decent CSET level, then you can very well can do most of the question. So considering the time we have, we can allocate very less times to English and our mathematics portion. And coming to these 3 things, then these 3 things can be covered from our traditional sources. Like for the history part, we can refer the spectrum book, and in that also we have to focus on the freedom movements part. So basically, and one new thing in this point is that it has also covered Indian culture and heritage part, which was not previously included in the syllabus. So you have also have to you have to go through this Indian culture and heritage part, like what are the UNESCO sites, etc. So that this part can also be asked in the examination, and you can answer the questions relevant to it. So in the third part, economy, like concepts like inflation, etc. are not asked, but the questions like trends related to economy, like what is India's ranking in milk production, what is India's ranking in soybean or other things, what is India's ranking in manufacturing and services exports, etc. So what are the present trends undergoing in Indian economy? So you can refer an economic survey document for it. And some questions related to microeconomics are also asked in this paper, so you can also go through microeconomics part also. And coming through governance and constitution part, here the Lakshmikant is sufficient, I think. And if 1 and 2 revision of Lakshmikant can easily help you to conquer this part. So we have covered about 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 topics out of 8. So remaining rest topics, like principle of accounting, auditing and insurance. Here you can expect approximately 15 question, out of which 10 question come from accounts, and rest come 10 to 12 question come from accounts, and audit and insurance, barely 2 to 3 questions are asked. So you can focus on accountancy more. For accountancy, you can refer to some 11th 12th class accountancy classes on YouTube, which are very helpful, like Rajat Arora sir on YouTube, or you can refer to marathon classes of various regulatory preparation channels like EduTap and Anujinder sir, which can thoroughly cover you uh, this part of the topic. And similarly, you have to do for audit and insurance. And coming to industrial relation and social security code, here you have been asked about 20 to 25 question, because APFC and EPFO EOAU paper have been merged. So in APFC they asked a lot number of questions from this labor loss part. So this time also the huge chunk of question can come from this section, so you have to cover this thoroughly. And considering the time we have, you have to focus more on these 3 topics only, like industrialization, principle of accountancy for specifically UPSC aspirant, because these are the new things which you have not covered till. So rather than you will be shocked in exam, you will be well prepared about these. And for labor laws, you can prepare your smart strategy, like covering the major acts which have been asked in the past, or the major very famous act related to labor laws, like maternity benefit act, ESIC act, EPFO act, compensation act, etc. You can prepare first them, then prepare the rest of the acts. And coming to general science and basic knowledge of computer application, here also from science we have 10 question, and from computer also we have 10 question. अब प्रॉब्लम क्या है कंप्यूटर के साथ कि इसमें जो क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं वो काफ़ी लाइक आर्किटेक्चर ऑफ कंप्यूटर से भी क्वेश्चन पूछ लेते हैं बहुत बार HTTP का जो फ्रेमवर्क है उससे भी क्वेश्चन पूछ लेते हैं, बाइनरी, हेक्साडेसिमल एक्सेट्रा. तो वेरी टेक्निकल साइड ऑफ द computer field is out there, so you have to prepare it also well. And in general science also, the questions related to physics, chemistry, PCM sections are asked, like power, watt ratio, etc. And biology questions are also asked. So uh, my advice to UPSC aspirant will be that uh, you should cover this part very well, the industrial relation part. Let me raise it first. The industrial relation part and principle of accountancy very well. So you because these parts, if you have given one or two attempts in UPSC, you are very well prepared for rest of the syllabus. You have to go through these, so that these topics not remain an unseen thing for you in the exam. So what strategy can be best for it considering the time? So you can divide the syllabus into category A, category B, and category C, and allocate the time accordingly. So for the category A part, which is a very unique things which we do not study, like in regular subject like computer, accounting, labor laws, science, audit, mm, and social security, you can give your 70 to 75% time to this part. And rest the category B, which we have frequently studied well, you can give your rest of the time, like uh, 10 to 15% of your time to this. And if you are weak in CSET, then you can allocate the rest of the 10 to 15% of your time accordingly to the CSET part, that is English or maths also, because approximately 35 questions will be asked from combined English and maths. So this is considered a huge chunk, but the questions are very easy to moderate level, which you can handle if you have a well prepared CSET section. So I mean, this is the major strategy which you can divide into three part. And considering the time we have left, you can give the 70 to 75% part to category A, 10 to 15% of your time to this, and 10 to 15% of this. अब इसका बेनिफिट ये होगा कि एक तो EPFO का पेपर है, पहली बात तो UPSC बना रही है, और दूसरा ये कि जैसे कि अगर आप अपकमिंग प्रीलिम्स 2026 देने जा रहे हैं, तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि एक आइडिया हो जाएगा कि हाँ, कि UPSC का जो आपको एग्ज़ाम इन्वायरमेंट का फील हो जाएगा, और ये पता पड़ जाएगा कि कैसे क्या पेपर डिज़ाइन करते हैं और ये सब चीज़ें. अब इसमें एक मेजर चीज़ थी जो कि मेरे को बतानी थी, वो थी करंट की. तो करंट के लिए आप एक चीज़ कर सकते हैं कि करंट में जो, अगर आप प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन देखेंगे तो स्पोर्ट्स सेक्शन से काफ़ी नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस पूछे गए हैं, जो कि यूपीएससी के सिविल सर्विस के एग्ज़ाम में अनकॉमन चीज़ होती है. तो आप स्पोर्ट्स सेक्शन को बहुत अच्छे से प्रिपेयर कर सकते हैं इसमें करंट के लिए. और एक ये भी कर सकते हैं कि जो मंथली कंपाइलेशंस की जो वीडियो होती हैं, उनके थ्रू उनको गो थ्रू कर सकते हैं यूट्यूब पर करंट पार्ट को प्रिपेयर करने के लिए. लेकिन मेजर जो स्ट्रेटेजी रहेगी अब यही रहेगी, चाहे आपने अभी से शुरुआत की हो, चाहे आप अभी कंसोलिडेट कर रहे हो अपने मटेरियल को, तो आपको अगर आप एक यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट हैं, तो आपको मेरे हिसाब से 70 to 75% आपको कैटेगरी ए में देना चाहिए, देन रेस्ट 10 to 15 इन कैटेगरी बी, एंड देन रेस्ट इन द कैटेगरी सी पार्ट. So if you follow this strategy, then surely you will be able to complete your most of the syllabus and able to score decent marks. uh, uh, so thank you for listening to this, and prepare well.